Hey guys, and welcome to the June 2019 Creativity Tarot readings. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Kayleigh Jean. If you're new to my channel, you are welcome to use these readings for your sun, moon, or your rising signs. So go ahead and check all of them if one of them doesn't resonate. And I just wanted to say to you, thank you so much to everyone who has been supporting my channel. This month, our Inner Workings topic is all about self-love. So if you're somebody who enjoys my channel and you get something beneficial from these readings and you want to support the work that I'm doing here, I am so grateful to you. And you have a couple of options on how to do that. So the Inner Workings topic is going to be posted on Vimeo, and it's going to be posted on the normal donations page. So if you prefer to donate to support my channel through my website, that option is revamped this time. I'm bringing it back. I was just exploring things last month. So you can donate to support this channel if you get something out of these readings and you want to say thank you. And just as an additional gift to you, I create the Inner Workings topic for each month, which is just a place for us to hang out and talk about spiritual topics. And I love hearing from you guys. And this month I am covering self-love, because it's such a buzzword and it's such a big topic, but I wanted to kind of take it deeper, and I wanted to share more intimately about my personal beliefs and my own personal thoughts on the concept of self-love, what it means, and how I measure it in my own life. And I'm also offering a tarot spread to help you connect to your own relationship with yourself. So that's going to be included in the Inner Workings topic. So I hope that if you're interested in supporting my channel, you will check that out. And I also wanted to say that I am going to continue creating the Vimeo extended readings. Have been a really great way for me to go deeper with the general monthly spreads that I do for you every single month. It's just a way for you to watch the deepening of the energies, especially if you feel that the reading is resonating to you. Then watching the extension is probably going to be even more connected to your energy, because these are just general readings, so they're not guaranteed to resonate with everyone every single month. Okay guys, those are my announcements. I will see you in the readings. Okay, Taurus, let's go ahead and get into your tarot reading for the month of June. As I was tuning into your energy, I was being given a very strong impression of a female influence this month in June, which is either benefiting you, like as a benefactor type of situation in some way, shape, or form. It could be a helpful woman, or a business connection with a woman, or some kind of opportunity coming through from a woman, or a positive relationship in general with women. Or it's you tuning into your own feminine aspect, Taurus. But I was getting the Empress card a lot coming through in the meditation, just psychically. And I feel like there's this sense of deep appreciation of the feminine. It also kind of reminded me about how we just had Mother's Day. So you could be like thinking more about your mother for some reason in relation to Mother's Day, or because Mother's Day brought up some thoughts about your mother, whether she is in the physical or in spirit. And you could be processing things related to motherhood, or your relationship with your physical mother, or even with female mentors or mother figures. So there's a lot of like mother energy coming through for Taurians in June. I'm not really sure where this is going for you, but I get a very positive message about it, which is just that there's this deeper feeling that I get from you, Taurus, this month, where it's like you are opening up to maybe possibly a little bit more of like a feminine way of going through life, or you're tuning in or tapping into your intuition in a bigger way. And that does represent, and look, we have the High Priestess as I'm shuffling on that. That's funny. But you're tuning into like that more psychic or intuitive side of yourself, and feeling more comfortable allowing that part of you to take the lead in your life. And the message for you, Taurus, is that as you open up to your intuitive gifts and to your intuition as a source of real practical guidance for you, you are going to be taken care of by the universe. And that's the thing that I feel is really characterizing the month of June for you, is witnessing within yourself and perhaps also in your outer environment that this intuitive space, or that this kind of mysterious place within yourself where you have those gut feelings, or you have those deeper, almost physical instincts that you are famous for, being a Taurus, those things, those physical sensations that you get, like you could be getting more clairsentient, or you could be just feeling more comfortable trusting your body's wisdom, trusting your feminine wisdom, whether you're a male or female Taurus, it doesn't matter. We all have this side to us. But there's something about instinct and intuition coming through as being a very positive source of guidance for you in June. And there's a quietness and a peacefulness that I feel about this for you. So, yeah, there's some definite kind of goddessy energy coming in for Taurians, and maybe this is a continuation of a theme that you've already been experiencing in your own personal life, Taurus, but you are going to be, I'm feeling like very supported in whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, especially when you are kind of taking that time to yourself to really be in your body and feel your, physical sensations. Maybe take some time out before, like at the beginning of each week of the month of June, and maybe do some meal prep, or do something like do a big nice clean on your house and prep some snacks and meals for the week, so that all of your physical things, all of the things that make you feel physically comfortable are sort of taken care of, so that you know that your needs are being met and you know that you're really taking care of yourself. Sometimes that really is what self-care is about. It's not always about taking, bubble baths, and those things are great. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I love a good bubble bath, but I feel like there's something in this message for you where, like, for you especially as a Taurus, like your comfort and your sense of being rooted and your sense of like being able to trust your life to provide for you and trust yourself to provide for yourself, like these are major areas of self-care, and that will genuinely increase your self-worth. And we all know that our attitude and our imagination, like what we set up for ourselves in our mind, often is what happens in our outer reality. So when you signal to your unconscious mind that you are worthy of being taken care of in such grounded physical ways and such meticulous ways, like ways that are special and unique to you, you're probably also going to receive more from unexpected sources, because you're sort of signaling subconsciously to yourself that you are worth it. And so when you're putting out that energy, other people are going to naturally pick up on it. And if, let's say, you're interviewing for a job, you might be able to negotiate like for a pay raise or something like an increase from your last job, or you could just spontaneously receive some kind of benefit that you're like asking for without even completely realizing that you've been asking for it. It's just you're putting that energy of self-worth out there, and so that's what's sort of coming back to you. So find some little small rituals that you can do this month in June that will really signal to yourself that you are grounded and that you are taken care of, and that you are listening to your deeper instincts and intuitions as well. And I feel like this is just overall going to be a quite peaceful month, but let's see what comes up in your cards. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Okay. So let's take a look here. I'm using a new deck today. It's called the New Palladini Tarot. And I actually gave you guys an extra card, so this is going to be an important message. This is kind of what ties everything together. I always trust it when that type of thing happens. Taurus, 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 Taurus. this one for sure. Yeah, in here. Okay, so let's take a look at your animal spirit guides first. So we have the cosmic egg and the dolphin. Wow, I love these two cards in this deck, which is the animal spirit oracle. The cosmic egg as your path shows me that there is something that you're processing, Taurus, that has to do with your connection to the collective in some way. Like with the cosmic egg, this card is associated with the 7th chakra. Each of the kind of more metaphysical creatures in this deck are associated with one of our body's physical energy centers and spiritual energy centers. So with the cosmic egg as your path, there's some kind of activation of your 7th chakra, and this connects you to kind of the universe as a whole. So it's a pretty big card. It's a pretty big idea. With the egg symbolism, I want to say too that I'm getting like an impression of fertility for some of you out there. So given that we were getting the Empress, like I mentioned before, and that actually didn't occur to me during the meditation. I didn't think of the Empress as a symbol of fertility, but it actually is as well. So those of you who have been wanting to conceive or who have been wanting to bring in some kind of new creative like project into your life, whether it's an actual physical child or a pregnancy, or it's like a creative business or an artistic project, you want to birth something. That's what's coming through. And so again, it's very feminine. Like all of the work for Taurians right now, I feel like is related to the feminine. It's so beautiful. And it's the archetypal feminine within all of us. Again, I want to make that clear. It's not just about women. With the dolphin crossing you, the beautiful thing about this is that the colors of the egg are like the colors of the dolphin card that's kind of surrounding the dolphin. And it's almost like the egg, like the dolphin is showing what's inside the egg. And the dolphin as a symbol, it represents playfulness and living on purpose, like living with joy, living with the intention to like be in joy and to be in a position of like really sharing and spreading love and joy on a daily basis. So there's also a strong inclination for me with the dolphin card for like healing. So some of you could be going through like a physical healing this month, especially if it has to do with the waters of the body. So something related to blood and hormones. There could be a gentle healing going on in that area of like health for some of you, because the dolphin is such a watery card. There could be a reduction in symptoms related to an illness that has to do with the waters of the body. So there's definitely a promise there for someone out there who's been dealing or struggling with something hormonal or something having to do, like I said, with the waters of the body. There's some kind of healing there. But for many of you, this is just purely on an emotional level. There's a potential for a great healing going on at the same time that you are activating that 7th chakra and maybe tuning in more psychically, just like I was saying in the meditation, with connecting more to your intuition and letting your intuition guide you in practical ways and in practical life decisions. The cosmic egg represents you feeling connected to a higher source of guidance. So that really fits with the general energy of this month. It's a very feminine month. It's a very receptive month for Taurians. So pay attention to the subtle impressions that you're getting, and maybe pay attention to your dreams if you're a Taurus who has a lot of dreams, or you could be actively experiencing more dreaming this month. If you haven't been dreaming a lot recently, you could see an activation going on in that area. But overall, I'm definitely getting the sense that there is an emotional healing potential to June that is unique for Taurians this month. So let's take a look at your tarot cards. So we have the 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, the Tower, the Moon, the Devil, Page of Cups, and the 9 of Cups. Wow, so much water and earth And then let's look at what ties everything together. Four of Swords. This is amazing, guys. Just like I was saying in the beginning portion of the reading, that I felt that this month of June is going to be quite peaceful. I'm not saying that everything is going to run smoothly, but you do have the Four of Swords coming up, which is typically a card of rest. Now, we have the Tower and we have the Moon and the Devil, but it's surrounded in the context of the Two of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and Nine of Cups. So I'm not seeing this Tower card in this particular context as like the, cookie cutter book definition of the Tower card. I'm going to read it in the context of everything else that came up here. So what it feels more to me like is an emotional transformation or an emotional breakthrough, with the Tower being sort of completely surrounding or completely surrounded by these Cups cards that are quite positive and gentle and soothing. So this is about an emotional transformation for me. That's really how I see that Tower card coming up. As we go into the month of June, you have the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, which is funny because it's like you're trying to hang on to some kind of stability or possibly some kind of structure in your life that gives you a feeling of certainty or stability. I feel like for some Taurians, I'm not sure if this is going to resonate with everyone, but some of you, it feels like you're really actively trying to like cling on to all of these moving pieces in your life, and you're trying to kind of hold it together. Like that's the feeling that I get from this card. And if anybody can do that, it's you, Taurus. Like the Taurus Scorpio axis is really like the most stubborn axis that will just hang on to things for quite a long time. And you have more endurance. Like you and the Scorpios have more endurance than all the other signs, in my opinion. So that's not always the best thing, though. I mean, sometimes we do need to let go of control, and we need to let go of our attachment to outcomes. We need to let go of the expectation that things will happen according to our plans. And sometimes we have to genuinely let go of something that has brought us comfort, for example, or something that gives us that feeling of certainty, because the need for growth overwhelms the need for certainty at some points in our lives. And for Scorpios and Tauruses, like they're going to feel that more acutely than some of the other signs, because you will hold on and you will value that feeling of certainty over like the need for growth for longer. So by the time you actually do kind of experience that growth and transformation, like it's kind of a big deal for you, but you're willing to transform, you're willing to change things up and grow as needed. It's just like you do that in your own way, and you don't want to do it on anybody else's timeline. Like you really need to be able to do that as it feels right for you, Taurus. And so that's sometimes the struggle, I think, for Taurians and also Scorpios and any fixed sign, really, with the exception maybe of Aquarius. But the fixed signs, like people who have heavy energy in the fixed signs can sometimes just really need to be allowed to pursue the path that they're on until their own life like shows them that it's time, so that they witness that it's time to make a big change on their own, and they're not just having that be like told to them or feeling coerced or like somebody's trying to persuade them to make a change that they're not ready to make. So I don't know if that's been the situation for you, Taurus, but you have the Three of Pentacles. So we're going from a 4 to a 3. And what that tells me is that it's possible that something in your life, either in May or like in the beginning of June, is either being like removed, because we're going from a 4 to a 3, so it's subtraction, or you're realizing that you want to focus more on one particular aspect, maybe of yourself or of your business or of your life. For example, like this pentacle is a little bit, it looks a little bigger and it's like centrally focused, and then there's two pentacles on the sides in the Three of Pentacles. So instead of trying to like hang on to all of these, you're seeing the light of like a new day basically in June, and you're focusing more, making one pentacle, which symbolizes like one aspect of yourself that you want to work on or one aspect of your life. You're making that a bigger priority, and you're possibly letting go of like something else completely, and then relegating like two other areas of deep significance for you, so that they're part of the picture still, but they're not like taking away energy and distracting you from the main event here, like the main focus. So you could be working towards a very specific goal this month in June. You might feel like, for example, you're working on a deadline, or you are like realizing that there's this one particular thing in your life that demands all of your attention, and so you're going to try and like balance your other activities and your other responsibilities so that they can complement that focus and they can add to that focus, but they won't take away from it. So with the Two of Cups and the Tower, there could be some tumultuous energy for some of you. I'm not seeing this as being like the ultimate like read on these cards, but for some of you, there could be a little bit of tumultuous energy around a relationship. You might, for example, some of you, if you've been in a relationship for a short period of time, and I say that because it's just the Two of Cups, it's not the Lovers or like the Ten of Cups, you could realize that maybe somebody who you've been in a relationship with for a period of months is either like the one or they are like not what you thought they were. And so there's a sense of perhaps a little bit of volatility around the area of your love life that could be going on, and you could be coming to terms with that around the middle of June. And I'm not saying that you're going to definitely break up with someone, or that, you know, your relationships aren't working out, because every relationship and every situation is different. But what I am saying is that it does appear to me that in the middle of the month, there's possibly some emotional transformations in regards to relationships, or it could also be that you yourself are going through a deep and profound personal healing, perhaps in relation to another person in your life, or it could be just completely on your own that you're experiencing this. And you know, with the Tower card, I always like to think about just how fresh the air is after a storm, especially an electrical storm like there's one going on in this image. The air is so much fresher when the storm passes, and we feel so much more free. This could be related to the need for stability that we saw in the beginning of the month, and then something changes throughout the first 2 weeks that makes you feel like you're valuing your freedom more than your sense of security in life. And so that does actually feel like, for some of you, it could be a bit of a rewarding experience or a rewarding realization. The moon with the devil in the third week of June is the trickiest week. This could be related, of course, back to the Tower, because you have three major arcana cards. If we're reading these cards, you know, sequentially, we have three major arcana cards. So around the middle of June and then into like that third week, there's a potential that like things take a turn that makes you feel like this is a karmic time for you. Like there's something larger about the concepts that you're dealing with. There's something broader and more personally meaningful than maybe what the kinds of topics and the subjects that have been you've been ruminating over recently. It's like you're realizing that maybe something that was causing you some stress and anxiety in the recent month or two, you're realizing that that was really not that big of an issue, and you're now kind of seeing like something else that is taking way more of your attention, or it's catching your eye, and you're realizing, oh, okay, like this is actually what I want to work on, or this is like actually what that struggle has meant, or you're realizing maybe that something needs to be taken with more significance in your life. The moon is a very creative card. It can be associated with illusions. So especially when it's sitting next to the devil, I would warn you, Taurus, even though you are such a grounded sign, and you're not typically given over to like flights of fantasy and illusions as maybe some of the other more suggestible energies of the zodiac would be, this is a time to be careful about like who you're trusting and about like what facts you think you're building your house on. Because with the moon and the devil, like we can almost feel a little bit like what we're doing or what we're building for ourselves is having like a solid foundation, but actually we can find out later that it's quicksand. And I'm not saying that that is the exact situation for everyone out there, but for someone out there, it's an important message to make sure that you are like reading the fine print. And that's maybe a little bit of like a generalization, but the moon can be about like our own subconscious drives and our own subconscious programming, and I guess like the ways in which other people could play off of like what our dreams are for ourselves, and the ways in which we could potentially be manipulated, because like we have this soft spot for something, or because we have this particular dream or goal. Someone may willingly or intentionally or not, maybe unintentionally, be playing off of your deeper desires in some way that could ultimately not benefit you. So I want you to be really careful of that and be really wise. Like call in the power of wisdom, especially if you're feeling a little bit ungrounded in that third week of June. Call in the power of wisdom, within yourself. You can just say a quick, sometimes I'll say things like that if I want to call in like protection, for example. I'll just call in, I'm calling in the power of protection. The power of protection surrounds me. You can say something like that, and it doesn't even have to be directed to a deity or to a guide. It can just be to the power of whatever it is that you want to bring in. Prosperity, even. You can pray for the power of prosperity to surround you and to imbue your life with abundance, etc. But call in the power of wisdom. Call in, maybe use the serenity prayer, for example. Something that will help you to like recognize the situations that you can create positive change within, and the situations that it's better to just let go or surrender to. Because I feel like there's the potential for you to be a little confused about that. So be mindful of that and stay kind of true to yourself, and don't rush into anything. Like if anything at all, just don't rush during that third week. Just take things slow and stay grounded, and you will be absolutely fine. You will get through that week, with everything that you want to have intact. Now, with the last week in June, we have the Page of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So something really satisfying is coming in. With the Nine of Cups, this is typically called the Wish card in tarot, and the Page of Cups represents new growth in an area that you feel like very almost in a childish way, or a childlike way. I should say childlike, not childish, but childlike wonder or childlike joy about something. It's something that fulfills like a deep inner desire for connection or for self-expression. I see you kind of achieving something in that arena. So this could be, for example, like sharing your creative work for the first time and getting amazing feedback from the people that you share it with. Or it could mean launching your Etsy shop and just super loving the process of curating your items and creating your offerings, and then seeing people checking your shop and being interested in it, or buying things. And this could also be about new areas of study. For example, something that is related to the emotional realm, like therapy, or studying coaching, because this is cups, studying something related to clairvoyance or clairaudience or clairsentience, any of the clairs. There's something here about like enjoyment of the new birth of some kind of creative or artistic passion in your life. So that looks really nice. I would encourage every Taurus out there, if there's something that you want to learn more about, if there's something that you're just feeling super called to, the end of the month of June looks really good for embracing that completely. Overall, though, the energy this month I feel like is a little bit more peaceful for you, so that's really nice. And yeah, that's what I have to say about the month of June for you, Taurus. I hope this reading has been helpful. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. All those things really help my channel, and they really help me to know that these readings are helpful to you. So thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and pull your additional cards for the extended reading. You don't need to see the extended reading. This is the main messages for you. But if you are just wanting to go deeper and this reading has resonated with you, then you can always check out the completion of the reading or the extension of the reading. So I'm going to be getting you some cards from the After Tarot. It's fitting that we're using the After Tarot for after the main portion of the reading. We're just going to get some more insight into the energies at hand, and I'm going to be pulling for you an oracle card from the Soul Trees. I felt it somewhere in here. We go for Taurus. We're going to be getting you a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And I'm also going to get you a message from the Bob Ross playing cards. This is a really awesome deck. I absolutely love Bob Ross, and the messages are always so on point, especially for creatives and for improving and continuing to evolve our work. I just find his messages are so uplifting and accurate, like spooky accurate from this deck. Okay, let's take a look just at the tarot cards. So we've got the Hangman, Page of Cups, and Nine of Cups, which is so interesting because you have the Page and the Nine of Cups down here. So we have the Five of Swords, Five of Cups, and the outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. We've got Two of Wands, Four of Cups, and the Nine of Swords coming up over the Devil card, which actually makes a lot of sense. We have the Devil, Three of Cups, and the Five of Wands as well. And we're going to look into some relationship stuff in the extension as well to get more of a sense of the dynamics here, because there's definitely some dynamics at play that we can see quite clearly. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I'm sending you so much love, Taurus, and I will talk to you next month. Bye!